hour did. Talk to you a little bit about what's going on, what's coming up, fishing report, and more. But first, want to talk to Captain Will about this big old pile of fish we're standing in front of. Looks like your 44-hour trip went pretty well, huh?
Yeah, it went well. The weather was perfect this weekend, like too perfect, but we made a good trip out of it. Got up there right at sundown, and our first 3 spots we had close to 300 mangroves on board, and nice big ones. As you can see, there's some big ones in the pile. Big mangroves right off the bat, and picked at the fish through the rest of the night. And then we slowly made our way down to where we've been catching these red groupers. Had to deal with some red snapper for a while, but ended up putting a stellar catch together, as you would say, with big triggerfish, big vermilions, and around 30 grouper probably. Big old grunt in there, one of the biggest I've seen.
That's a beautiful fish. Definitely a good pile of triggerfish. Looks like they cooperated pretty well for you, huh?
Yeah, the triggerfish cooperated. The vermilions are there during the day on a lot of different spots right now. And we tried the trolling again this trip. Had everything perfect for trolling this trip, and pulled the hook off of a nomad.
Oh, wow. You don't see that very often.
No, I don't know exactly what happened, but lost the back hook off a nomad on a fish, and that was our trolling run this trip. The bait has showed up out there. There's surface bait everywhere out there in action. We drove right by a sailfish out there.
Whoa.
Just flat water. You can see everything this time of year, you know.
And the water's super clear, too.
Oh, man, you can see the anchor line all the way down.
That's crazy. So super clean, clear water, a lot of bait, a lot of surface pelagic action. It was just a little tougher to get them to chew because there was so much bait available, huh?
Yeah, that's what the pelagic thing was. The bait is just moved in out there.
But the bottom bite was going well. What was the hot bait for all these red grouper? It looks like you guys had a really good red grouper catch. You're kind of mixed in the pile this time. A lot of them are strung up because you guys were catching fish so fast at such a volume, but looks like you guys did really well on the red grouper again, huh?
Yeah, it was another good red grouper bite. And I would say most of those we caught here were dead bait red grouper.
Yeah.
A few on live bait, but we had some really nice big cut baits this trip.
Nice.
From our bait guy.
So the dead baits, the big dead baits working really well, but live bait's a good option for these red grouper too,
Yeah, if you got a big live bait, but we had, our bait guy brought us a bunch of big mullet this trip.
Oh yeah,
and,
the mullet
so
was the secret?
Fishing with mullet. I know at least this guy down here, he's got four nice ones on his stringer, and I know he got at least a couple of those on that mullet.
Nice. So the cut mullet was a hit. Awesome, man. And the mangrove snapper, just dead cut bait?
Yeah, dead bait and a lot of decent sized ones and pinfish. They like a pinfish on the big ones.
What size pinfish are you going to be dropping down for a mangrove?
Really, you can fish a decent sized one, but average a 4-inch pinfish.
4-inch
3 to 4-inch pinfish.
3 to 4-inch pinfish for the big mangrove snapper. What about the triggerfish? What are you using?
A triggerfish, to me, they like a piece of cut fish or a piece of squid, and you kind of got to use a small hook for them, but you know what happens? I don't know how it does. When we catch a really big one, a lot of times it's on an 8-aught circle hook, and I don't know how he got on there, but he did.
You just never know.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, Captain Will. Thanks, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Nice pile of fish for sure. Another stellar catch. Another beautiful adventure offshore. And a lot of happy guests ready to take home some meats. Let's see if there's any snook hanging around as we walk up. I don't see any snook hanging around this morning. But we got the start of a beautiful sunrise coming up here, and looking forward to another great day out in the water. Weather is absolutely spectacular yet again today. Just absolutely perfect. So looking forward to a breathless day out in the water. You can see here from the flag, not a breath of wind this morning. And just absolutely gorgeous. So we're expecting some really nice conditions out there on the water today. And a dolphin coming to visit. Early morning dolphin. You don't see that very often. He's hunting those snook that are all over the docks right now. That's cool. Just lumbering on the surface. What's up, buddy? Thanks for joining the morning video. Yeah, most of the time you see the dolphins during the day. They're not as active at night, at least not as actively feeding at night, but hey, it is what it is. You never know around here what you might see. Absolutely beautiful start to the day. Gorgeous sunrise, expecting a beautiful day out in the water. Our 10-hour all day is about to head out here, do some catching. We've got our 5-hour half day heading out in a little bit as well. Looking forward to some good opportunities to catch tons of fish out there on our 5-hour half days. We've been doing really well on the 5-hour trip, catching a bunch of those gray snapper, porgies, sea bass, a handful of those hogfish, a lot of mackerel and kingfish, and definitely doing well out there on the 10-hour trip, crushing them with lots of lanes, mangroves, red grouper. Look at all these dolphins out here right now. You guys are making me look bad. Said they're not very active at night. There's 15 of them in front of us right now. But hey, love being proved wrong. You never know. But as I was saying, fishing's going really well. Catching's going really well for us on our 5-hour trips, 10-hour trips, long range offshore trips, as you saw here from the 44-hour offload. They did really well on that long range 44-hour adventure. And the 12-hour extreme's been doing really well out there too. So hoping to go get some more fish out there on the 12-hour extreme. They're offshore right now. We've got our Real Animals radio show here in a little bit. We're going to be talking to those guys. And then tonight, if you want a chance to win free fishing trips, we're going to be giving away $1,500 in free trips tonight on our Facebook and YouTube channel at 7:30 p.m. Also keep in mind as well, we're trying to build up our TikTok to 10,000 followers, and then we'll be able to go live on TikTok as well for our Sunday night show. So check out our TikTok channel, give us a follow there, and help us to hit that 10K mark. Definitely a beautiful start to the day here. Looking forward to a great day at our seafood market. We've got tons of fresh crab, oysters, snapper, grouper, and looking forward to a great day at the seafood market, selling bait, fuel, and ice at Don's Dock Seafood Market. We've got dolphin tours, island trips, and so much more going on here at Hubbard's Marina. Come see us in Central West Florida, and thanks for watching this morning on Facebook and YouTube. You guys have a great day. Tight lines, and those on TikTok, we're going to walk back and watch these fish get passed out. Y'all have a good day. We'll see you soon here inside the pass.